HipHopGamer Show. What it is, HipHopGamer Show.
I wanted to talk more about career mode because, like I said, after playing Fight Night Champions and the way that story mode played out, I feel that if you put it like this, anytime you do anything that sets a certain bar, I don't feel anyone should go below it anymore because that's new bar is a standard. And I just feel like in UFC, as much as I love the game, there's always an emptiness because I see all these characters, I see Conor McGregor, all these people, and I'm like, yo, these dudes is dope. And I learned about this story on YouTube here and there. I would love to play the actual game and get a sense of some sort of story, whether it's theirs or the way it was made up in Fight Night, because you just feel closer to the product. And I would love to see that in UFC. Like, I know you got career mode, but I'm talking about like a legitimate story mode.
Story mode, yeah.
Yes,
I think
man.
that's with all we've done this year in just improving the existing career mode, and then there's like 5 new game modes in the game. So there's UFC Ultimate Team, there's live events, custom events. We added practice mode, and then knockout mode. Right?
Okay, live events mode.
So live events is so that's again from looking at behavior of our players, right?
Yeah.
UFC 1, we saw that daily active users went up on the weekend. Not surprising, right? People went to work, right?
Absolutely.
But it also went up a little bit higher if there was a UFC fight that weekend. And not only did it go up higher, but the specific usage of the fighters that were on that card would go way up. Right?
Yes, it's just like in NBA 2K. When like NBA 2K, you have NBA Today that they did a deal with. So every day that these teams play, you play the same match that was played that day, so you can feel like you're a part of what's happening in real time.
So with live events, so there's UFC Ultimate Team, right, which is our Ultimate mode.
Absolutely. There's
packs of items you can get in there. So with live events, what it is so a week before the real event happens, the live event will open up a game. There's 2 things you can do. One is you can just go in and make picks. You can say, I think McGregor's going to beat Dos Santos by KO in the 3rd round. Lock in that pick. I can say, I think Holly Holm's going to beat Misha Tate by decision in the 5th round. Obviously, sorry, by decision. Right, I make that pick. I make all the picks for the rest of the card. When the event's done, if my picks are right, I get points for all my picks, and then based on how many points I got, I get packs for UFC Ultimate Team. Then the flip side of it,
Are you serious?
And then the flip side to it, or the other, not the flip side, but the other part of it is that I can make a pick. Let's say I make again McGregor KO 3rd round. Now I can then play that prediction. I can go into play in the CPU. I choose McGregor, KO Dos Santos in the 3rd round. I will lock in bonus points no matter what happens in the real fight, right? So basically,
nobody ever did that.
No, it's brand new. So then, and then there's leaderboards, right? So then you can see the leaderboard for a given event. You can look at worldwide leaderboard, like who got the most points on this thing. So obviously the way to get the most points are make your picks, have them be right, but then also play all the fights that you can and make your prediction happen so you get all the little bonus points, right?
Oh my god.
So, but no matter what, you're going to get points, and then when it's all said and done, no matter based on how many points you got, you're going to get a free, it might be a basic pack, it might be a premium pack, it might be a rare pack of items for UFC Ultimate Team.
That is legend.
It's pretty.
Period.
We think it's pretty good.
That is phenomenal. See, that is trend setting. Somebody's gonna copy y'all. I'm telling you right now. That is insane. Okay, now my next question is the moment that Rhonda Rousey lost, after y'all had her as y'all cover athlete.
Yeah.
What happened in the studio? Was there ever a point in time where y'all was thinking that y'all should switch her from the cover? Because me personally, I think that would have been wrong. Like me personally, because even though she lost, you can't ignore what she's done. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
She's still a legend.
And you think about think about what happened when Ronda Rousey lost in the sports world.
Yeah.
Like what was the news that night and the next day? Everywhere. Ronda Rousey, the world over, the biggest news in the world of sports was about the result of a women's bantamweight UFC fight.
Yes. It was big.
Has that ever?
No, I don't know. No, never happened.
Has it even happened for a men's championship fight when the news of what happened?
The only way something like that would have been big is if Pacquiao would have beat Mayweather. That's the only thing I would probably say. But that didn't happen.
But that's boxing, right?
Yeah, that's boxing. For UFC, nope.
I don't think any other fight, except for I don't even know if McGregor's 13-second KO Aldo was that big.
It wasn't that big,
right?
Because it's becoming expected because it's him, so it's not as
But the reason why it was that big was because Rhonda had already become that big of a figure, right? She had already. For in UFC terms, that was like when Buster Douglas KO'd Mike Tyson.
Hey,
what? This has turned my world upside down because what I thought was a constant in the universe has been, shook apart. Right?
Yes.
So, and the only reason why that was the case was because of everything she'd accomplished up to that point.
Yeah.
And the amount of status and celebrity she had garnered because of what she'd done inside the octagon. So, yeah, you know what? She lost. It happens. And it also goes into the EA. People talk about the EA Sports cover curse or whatever. It's like, yes. And certainly it comes up. But the thing I think everybody has to remember is that, like, look, if you get to a point where you're on the cover of a video game, like,
you did something.
But that means you were at the top, right? Yes. Like, if you're on the cover of like an EA Sports UFC game, right? Your next fight isn't going to be against a bunch of like against the 15th contender.
If you're going against,
right? You're always going against the top
people that can possibly.
Now, some people can say that, the division, the people in her division, weren't on her level. That she was so far above them. But Holly proved that wrong. Yeah, Holly proved that there's competition there, and then actually brought the whole division to life. Because up until that point, where people were thinking like, well,
what else is here?
Is Ron just going to run through everybody? But now you think, okay, well, what happens? Like, what happens is Holly fights.
But she's undefeated though. Holly's undefeated.
But what if she happens? What if Miesha Tate shows like huge styles make fights, right? Like Rhonda's takedown game is from the clinch, it's judo throws, whereas Miesha's is traditional sort of wrestling, shooting on the hips, right? How's Rhonda? How's Holly going to deal with that? She did really good at countering Rhonda's throws, but
I'm not sure if we'll count for this.
Right, who knows, right?
Yeah.
But styles make fights. It could get really interesting now, with Holly having a fight in between, and what does Rhonda do to sort of regroup and sort things out? So
it's gonna be very interesting, man.
Yeah.
Now, one thing.
But back to the game.
So back to the game. So now I'm looking at here and I see online rivalries. I see the fighter net. Like, walk me through all of these new things because this is just beyond exciting, especially after I played it and felt it. It's crazy. So man.
We already talked about live events.
Yeah,
that's there. Custom events is essentially, it's the hey, you want to sit down at home, you want to make your own dream pay-per-view.
Yeah.
You can create a custom event. It can be up to 11 fights long. Choose the venue. You can give it a name. Choose the fighters in each fight. How many rounds? Who's the referee? Do you want an accelerated clock? You want a real-time clock? And then the cool thing about it is that each fight that you put on the card, it can be, it's 11 fights long. When the splash screen comes up and like dan, 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 whatever, that's where you get to select. Okay, do I want this fight? Do I want to fight this one against the CPU? Do I want it to be AI versus AI?
Oh, nice.
Or do you want to fight this one, head to head? That comes up before every single fight. But after each fight, it's like 2-3 seconds, and it just rolls into the next one. So it's like faster than watching a real pay-per-view because there's no commercial. You don't have to kick you back over the front. Absolutely. Loading screens, or whatever. It's a really seamless experience.
This is dope. Yeah. Now, one thing I want to say about creating your own UFC event, I love this idea because it allows your imagination to go crazy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I want to ask you is, when it comes to custom events, or do you plan to add on to it? But can I put certain designs in the octagon, change things you
want spikes coming out of the floor?
I'm just saying, because for example, I'm a big fan of WWE games too, and certain games they allow you to customize the entire thing, the present. You can customize the presentation. You can truly make it your event, you know what I'm saying? Not just with fighters, but with everything you see. Yeah. So I'm not saying that this has it, but when you were in the process of doing this, have those things ever came up in your mind? Because a lot of times people want to put their own logo. You got a lot of independent federations and UFC people that want to get into the real joint, building their own things. There's a big independent movement right now with UFC fighters, wrestlers, the whole works. Yeah. So they would go crazy on that. YouTube is social media gold with a option like that.
Yeah, I mean, this one is create a UFC event, right? And it's more on, hey, what's your dream matchup? What's your dream pay-per-view? You can make an 11 fight card where 10 of the fights are championships fights. One fight in every single division, whatever. But yeah, as far as turning it into say maybe a Pride themed event, with a lot more sort of pyrotechnics and whatever. That stuff isn't customizable. This is really just pick the venue, pick the fighters, pick the referee,
and go hard.
Match settings, and then play from end to end without having to get kicked back to the front end.
Now that's perfect because UFC never had that. So I'm loving the fact that you guys brought so many things that wasn't there before.
Yeah.
Because not only does that shows that there's a different level of dedication and passion to the franchise overall, and that's something to get excited about. So I love it. I love it.
Like I said, the main thing is we're just trying to make sure that like we know there's people that want to do things like live events. We know there's people that like coming up with their dream pay-per-view. We know there's people that really love like these ultimate team experiences, so we brought that into the fold, right?
Yeah.
You and I just played knockout mode.
Yeah.
All that stuff is there. So did we already talk about Ultimate Team?
Ultimate Team?
Just that we
like very vaguely. Okay. So if there's any more you want to add,
so now it was part of the beta, so a lot of people have played it, right? They've seen it firsthand, and we saw some really good feedback on it. We saw a lot of like the session time people playing the game, like they were playing Ultimate Team for a long time, so it was good. Right. But the way it works is essentially it's different, obviously, than FIFA Ultimate Team because we're not going to have 5 guys fighting each other at the same time, or whatever.
Right.
But what you can do is you can create 5 fighters, right? On your team. You create them using our new Creative Fighter tools, which I can show you.
You got to show me that because that was my next question, kid.
You create 5 fighters. They can be in one of 4 weight divisions: women's division, lightweight, middleweight, heavyweight. Right? You create a fighter, go fight with that guy. When you fight, you earn coins. Use those coins to buy fight packs, and then it might be a basic pack. There'd be weight class specific packs, premium pack, rare pack. Right? In the packs, there's a large assortment of different items you get. Item is a move upgrade, right? So my guys just got basic moves, but I open up a pack. Here's a 4-star or a tier 4 spinning back fist. Right. It gives me a couple of attribute boosts. I can put that on my guy. Okay, well, he's got that move now. Then there's fighter perks. If you remember abilities from Criminal last year, that's what perks are now, right? So you get new perks, put those on. They come in levels 1 through 5 as well. There's attribute modifiers or boosts. So you might like a low level attribute card might say, okay, look, we're going to give you +2 punch speed, but we're going to give you -2 kick speed. Do you want to do that?
Oh, right? That's real though, because of the trade-off.
But if it's a really high-level attribute upgrade, it might say, hey, we're going to give you +4 punch speed and +1 kick speed, right? But those are going to be a much rarer card, but it'll help you grow your fighter really quickly. Then there's training items and fitness recovery items. Training items are like things you can just put on your fighter. They're one-time use only just before fight. I can say, hey, look, +5 chin, +5 body. Okay, I'm a little bit puffed up for my next fight. And then fitness is something that just sort of goes down every time you fight, and then you just keep charging it up with fitness items you get back.
Oh my God, this game is crazy.
Now there's universal items, there's weight class specific items. So basically, every time you buy a pack, I might get some stuff for the guy I'm fighting with. But oh look, I got this super dope heavyweight item. I didn't build a heavyweight fighter yet. Let me go do that. I'm gonna put that stuff on him. Da, 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 da.
Wow.
As each one of your fighters starts winning more fights, your team level goes up, and that helps increase your max fighter level for all your guys. So you can equip more moves and higher level moves for each one of them.
All right.
And then there's a whole division progression, title chase system in there that you compete within as well. So you want to go from Division 1 up to Division 10, etc. Win titles along the way, beat people, dominate the leaderboards, etc. It is a long road. It is like a long road to glory.
Crazy.
So. And like I said, the cool thing is that you can play Ultimate Team, you earn coins, you can buy packs that way, you can play live events, you'll get free packs for Ultimate Team as well. So it's pretty cool. Knockout mode.
It's just so much shit in this game.
We're only halfway across the main menu.
I loved it. Yo, you got me blown away.
So knockout mode, we just played it. It's the UE mode, right? It's whatever. Online quick fight, pretty straightforward. Ranked championships, again, this is like play with licensed fighters, and it's that division progression system. We retooled it though to work better for sort of mixed martial arts in the fighting game. So it was we borrowed like the FIFA system last year, which was like, hey, you played online championships, you had a 10-fight season. You had to get so many points to get promoted or win a title, etc. What was kind of a bummer, especially for me, because like I'm getting old and stuff like that, and I can't stay up late playing video games too much anymore, right? So like I'd be sitting there, I'd be in the middle, I'm in the black belt division. I did okay. I have to win my next fight to get promoted to red belt, right?
Right.
Because it's my last fight in the 10-fight season. It's 1 in the morning. I lost that fight. Now I'm back at fight 1 of a 10-fight season, right? I have to win all those fights again to get close to trying to get promoted to red belt.
Oh my God. So if you lose one, you go all the way back?
Because it's a 10-fight season, right? And once you have 10 fights, well then you're back. You know what I mean? I didn't get relegated from black belt to brown belt, great, but I was that close to getting promoted to red belt and I missed it. It's 1 a.m. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go to bed. the way different progression works this year is it's just constantly fluid. It's a lot more like the real UFC ranking. So it's like, hey, there's no 10-fight season. It's just I'm winning fights. I'm going to get points, which progresses through division. I might be 2 points from getting promoted to Division 1, and I lose a fight. That doesn't mean I'm freaking all the way back at the bottom of that division again. Yeah. It just means that actually, you know what? Now I'm 4 points away from getting promoted. Yeah. So that's the difference between me, right, being at 1 a.m. saying like I was 1 fight away. Now I'm only 2 fights away. Yeah, that's worth staying up. I think I can put 2 wins together. You know what I mean? Yeah. So as opposed to sending you all the way back to square one and it's much better division.
I like that. I like that a lot better. I like that a lot better.
Other thing that's different is we separated titles from division progression. So last year you had to get enough points to get promoted and then get enough points to win a title. But what sucked was I might be fighting for that title, little hash on a progression meter.
Right.
Right. But for me, like this is my title fight. I got to win this to get this many points. I would get matched up with you, but we're both in the black belt division, let's say. But it might be your first fight in the black belt season. So it's only a 3-round fight. You have no idea that I'm trying to win a title. Nobody gets the belt at the end of it. That's how UFC 1 works. Your title chases in UFC 2 work this way, essentially. You just have to go on a win streak. You win 4 fights in a row, you become a contender. If you're a contender, we match you up only with another contender or an existing champion. And because of that, then it becomes, you go into the fight, it's 5 rounds, right? It's championship presentation, both of you know what's on the line, and only one of you wins the title. So if I become a contender and you're already a champion, we get matched up. If I win, your title's done and I have it, right? And then you go back to 0 on the title chase meter, and you gotta get on that win streak again, and then try and become a contender again. So
this game is real. Yeah,
yo, we've changed a lot of things, and it's all for the better. I really think so. So that's ranked championships. Fight.net is just a place to go. Check your profile, see all your career stats, and all that sort of stuff.
Yo, y'all was working. You guys like on some real.
We didn't take much time off. That's coming next month. There's an all new intro experience as well. People that play the beta got to see this. So basically, last year, if you remember, like when you put up the game, there was like 21 lessons about how to do basic controls. It was kind of like not the most exciting,
process to go through.
Right. When you were done all that, then we let you fight, Jones versus Alexander Gustafsson, right? What we did this year is that, hey, like let's not throw people into MMA 101 right away. Game opens with like cinematic introduction of Robbie Lawler versus Roy McDonald 2. We show you all the circumstances up to the start of round 5, then we drop you into round 5 as Robbie Lawler, and you got to finish Roy McDonald.
Oh, word! I love those moments. Yeah. That's crazy.
So that's how the game. We just basically want to show you like, hey, look, this is how exciting the UFC can be.
Yes.
Right. But sort of put it out there like, this is what's in store for you if you invest a little time and learn how to play all the nuances of the game. But as opposed to just saying, let's go to school right away. Let's say no, let's have a blast right away. Yeah. And then you can decide
before you overwhelm me with that.
Yes. To learn how to fight on the ground. But career mode stuff. You were asking about that. So now I said you can import licensed fighters. You can create existing fighters. Actually, you can create existing. Actually, let's just.
You have one? Oh, okay.
I'll go in here and I'll create a fighter, but just because I just want to show you a fighter.
Yeah.